VEGETA! And we're back, everyone, to part 2 of What Am I? Nappa turned good. My Nappa voice is a little off today. VEGETA. A little off today. But yeah, what if Nappa turned good? Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, Nappa and Goku had a ride on to Namek to aid in the fight against Frieza. Unfortunately, Goku was still floored by the whole body swap thing by Ginyu, and Nappa, Vegeta, Goku, Krillin, Piccolo, they were all fighting Frieza, doing pretty well until Frieza decided to keep transforming and completely overtook them, and then Goku finally showed up on the scene. Now, obviously, Goku, they're all sensing Goku's power. Frieza can't sense Ki, so he doesn't know quite how strong Goku is. Goku's doing the cold casual walk, seeing Vegeta there. Vegeta laughs, seeing him, and then he's ultimately killed by you. You don't want to take it easy on him. Not this one. Here's what you fear. He is the legendary Super Saiyan. Blast to die, and then he obviously pours his heart out to say, "He took me from my father when I was a little boy. Girl, please, pinch us." And then dies. And then Goku's just like, "I will make you pay, Frieza." Oh. How did Frieza put it? Saiyans tend to linger like a bad odor. And so, he fires the energy blast at Goku, just boom, casually, just boom. And just boom, do. And obviously gets that quick jab, and Frieza was like, "Oh, well, he's different." Now, I pointed out initially that Goku's power is greater than it is in the original series. I didn't want to go a full 6 million, though. I just felt like that was too much. And there's no evidence to suggest he'd get that big of a boost. There's a little, but nothing to cement it. So I went 5 million, which still puts him easily stronger than Frieza as he is right now. In fact, he's actually pretty much dominating that fight. Just as Vegeta was being dominated by Frieza, now he is dominating Frieza. And Frieza's like, very well then. I shall show you the difference between us. You're probably using what? I haven't even begun to use my true power. I've still got some energy in the tank as well. Oh, I'm sure 5, maybe 10 times what you've shown. But I've only been using 1%. Which, by the way, again, if you ever do the math on that, is actually total bull. He's using more like a little under 3% of his power. But regardless, he's still, is a 50%. That's all that to be required. And just whoa, and Goku sensed the power up increase. Like, maybe he's not joking. And boom, he gets blasted back. Starts to get beaten on. Meanwhile, everyone is just watching. It's like, how? This isn't good. Frieza. Wait, what do you mean it's not good? Frieza's finally taking him seriously. Kakarot's best chance would have been early before then, when he still had the upper hand power wise. Well, wait. Doesn't Goku have that Kaioken thing? He can still do it, but the Frieza's only using 50% of his strength, and even Kakarot's even 10 times that isn't going to be enough. God damn it all. And Nappa's also cursing. He's like, I don't even have my tail. I can't transform anymore. Shit. So Goku is getting beaten around until he does Kaioken times 10, which puts him up to the 50 million marker. Frieza's at 60 million, which evens the gap pretty wide pretty quickly. And now they're on a lot more of an even playing field. Goku is still the better fighter, which helps balance it out, making it more or less even. But the problem is the Kaioken is only a temporary technique. It's not something that you could just keep. It's not a transformation like Super Saiyan where you can just keep flaring Kaioken all day and night. No, it puts a strain on the body. There's a reason you're only able to use so much of it. It puts a severe strain on you. Including your muscles, blood pressure, everything like that skyrockets based on the amount of times. Based on the multiplier. Excuse me. And so ultimately, Frieza pushes it a bit farther. I would say he'd push it to maybe we're at 50, 75%. Ultimately now overwhelming Goku as he did in the original. Whereas in the original, he was twice as strong as Goku at this point. Here, he's more like 25. He's like half as, not twice as strong, but 50% stronger than Goku, which is enough to completely overwhelm Goku. And you still get the whole him drowning Goku, but it's like, no, damn it all! Goku! No! Shay, go on! He has the moment. Finally just, doesn't matter if I can at least pull off a Kaioken 20, they at least have a shot! Kaioken times 20! Goes all the way up to that 100 million marker. Boom! Just starts wailing on Frieza, who we know now he is stronger than, by about the same amount that Frieza was stronger than him a few moments ago. But boom, overwhelming him. Then finally the Kamehameha! Blast the Kamehameha wave right at him. Unfortunately here, Frieza is not in a good boat. Because he is weaker than Goku, and Goku's adding a Kamehameha, which we know for a fact does add a multiplier. When he uses it like at full power, it does add a multiplier, because we see what happened when he used it against Radz. Him powering it up, jacked his power up. We know for a fact that that it happened again with Vegeta, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Goku's power level is calced at around 40,000 against the Kaioken struggle when he's doing the times for Kaioken plus Kamehameha. But Goku's power is only 8,000. So that means that's 32,000 is what his power ultimately is. And he goes all the way to 4,000, so there's another 8 grand added on there. Based on there's no evidence. The problem is, with the Frieza fight, there's no indication that's what happened there. That's the problem. They kind of, believe it or not, from the way it's depicted, at least in the early Dragon Ball Z, it comes off like they kind of nerfed the Kamehameha a little bit. Because it, at least at that moment, jacked your energy up. So I'm not sure exactly what the deal with that was. But let's just assume it does jack his energy up farther. I'm not saying it doubles his power, per se. That, or at least his base power. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't know, maybe it adds an extra quarter of whatever he's doing, so now 25,000? That's reasonable. 25 million, I should say. So that would put him now at 125 million. Frieza, you filthy monkey! But unfortunately, it's too much, and just boom! And Goku's just standing there, just barely floating, just and there's Frieza just... I always like kind of doing this where he's just, you, the filthy ape. And he's like Two-Face. His face is still kind of there, but it's just like red, bloodied, skeletal almost. And one of his arms is just gone. His leg is mangled, bloody, burnt. Even if he went full power, it would not matter because he's not going to recover from this. You bastard! Goku has to avoid the death beam as best he can. Goku's doing his best to just try to hold on tight. Unfortunately, he can't do anything against Frieza at the moment because his last ditch effort was the Spirit Bomb, and unfortunately, Frieza's not going to let him just sit there and do it. First off, Frieza might just try to blow up the planet at this point. And I considered that, but I think he's going to be more like, what's wrong, Saiyan? Just start beating on Goku. Who's just like, I thought you were going to fight me. Well, why are you just standing there waving your arms like you just don't care? And finally he says, oh, what is that? What, you've been doing this, haven't you? I'll make sure well, too bad. So sad. I bet you were planning to use that against me, weren't you? But unfortunately, this is the end point. And then all of a sudden he gets the kicked right in the neck. Just boom, boom, skidding. And then Nappa basically comes in. He's the one who gets the full kick like Piccolo did. Piccolo just charging up his special beam can as best he can. Just boom! It just fires it. His power level just isn't enough for that to really do enough. He even charged up for like 5 minutes or something like that, or 10 minutes. Still, though, it's enough to hit and still hurt Frieza, especially as he is already majorly hurt. Hits his shoulder. His shoulder goes numb for a little bit. Yeah. I spy with my little eye a Namekian insane that got away! He can still fly, but now he's just got his leg and his tail, which is, honestly, it's Frieza. That's still enough in this case. We'll buy you as much time as we can. Now go, Goku! And he's just looking at Nappa. It's like, and Nappa and him look at each other. It's like, I hope there's no hard feelings. What hard feelings? You tried to kill me after going after a kid. Yeah, sorry about that. Whatever, just shut up and fight. They just go. They're able to kind of stall Frieza a little bit, but they're both just down on the ground ready to die, and then Goku just goes, Spirit Bomb! No, and he can't stop it, only this time, Frieza just flat out dead. Like, he can't, he's no longer in peak form, he is mangled, no, he dead. Or at least he's completely knocked out. He's not getting back up from that. And even if he does, by some miracle, they'll blast his ass into space is what will happen. But no, I'm treating this like, no, Frieza is taken care of. And so the day is saved. Like, yes! And say, hi, son. Goku, you're okay. And I say, yeah. Well, at least it's all over. Good job, Kakarot. And everyone now looks at Nappa and says, that just leaves you. He doesn't blame them, honestly, for not liking him or being angry. I mean, let's be honest, he did kill him. And nearly killed the other two. It's all right. It's all right, guys. Nappa's okay. I was like, why are you sticking up for him, Goku? Well, I mean, he wouldn't have helped us if he wasn't okay, would he? That's not the point. Vegeta was helping us too. Vegeta was far from okay. True, but I've been hanging out with Nappa for a little while, and he's not that bad of a guy once you get to know him. And you get Nappa's just like, thank you. Fine. We're keeping an eye on him. Let's get the Dragon Balls and resurrect all the Namekians. And so they resurrect the Namekians. Guru also would get resurrected in this sense. Vegeta gets resurrected. Asks what the hell happened. He's like, you did it. You actually killed him? That's right. Yep, he's dead. Not coming back. So what are you going to do now, Vegeta? And I should note that Vegeta's a little stronger than Nappa at the moment, but not by much. We also don't know if he got a Zenkai when he came back from the dead. So, yeah, I'm not exactly sure where we would put them power-wise, although they're both probably still getting a Zenkai, so maybe they're about equal to each other. Meanwhile, everyone's getting their wishes taken care of. Everyone who needs to be resurrected is resurrected. Mori becomes the new elder. Namek is basically protected now, or at least safe. And they head back off into space, or back to Earth. Now comes that year of peace before Cold and Frieza arrived. There is a lot of differences. Vegeta spends some time, goes off training, comes back. It ends up shacking up with Bulma, obviously. But what is going on with Nappa, more specifically? Well, Nappa, I think, at the behest of Goku, is basically has his own place near the Son family. He's aware that he's a bit of an outcast, but he also kind of likes just the more... Now that he's gotten used to things, he kind of actually likes the peaceful life. Chi-Chi looks at him for a little bit and is like, you better be good in the gardens. Like, I could try. And turns out he's good in the gardens. And he actually likes, like, pottery and planting and things like that. He's actually like, this is actually quite peaceful. As much as I like a good brawl, this is nice. And among them, he keeps bothering Vegeta. Vegeta, how's it going? How's it hanging, buddy? It's like, shut up, Nappa. Hey, Bulma. Oh, hi, Nappa. It's like, how are things hanging? Oh, fine. Oh, hold on one second. My sister's here. And that's when, because we don't know what. We know Tights and we know her relationship a little bit. It's the first time I'm bringing Tights into the equation here at all. But I think it'd be nice to kind of have that happen. This is where I can kind of play with the story a little bit, go into the somewhat fanfic territory people kind of want me to try to do sometimes. Again, right now, the Naruto fanfic, the Naruto What If I'm doing is the closest you're ever going to get me to fanfic. Straight out fanfic. Because I'm I'm working within the means of the change. It's like, hi, I'm Tights. I'm Nappa. Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you an alien too? Because she mentioned that Vegeta's the same. That's really cool. Wait, so you came from space? Yeah. Because one of the things I did look up with Tights is she's actually a fan of science fiction and sci-fi. I got something caught in my throat. Ugh. So it would actually make sense that she could be very interested in Nappa. She doesn't be interested in Vegeta, but Bulma kind of steers her away from that. A, for her own interest, and B, because to protect her sister from Vegeta. Let's be honest. And so Nappa and Tights start to kind of like interact, and they laugh and chat, and they hit it off for what it's worth. They're not like in a couple or engaging or gonna get married anytime soon, but they're enjoying each other's company. It's like oh man, you're big. She kind of blushes at just like how big and muscular he is. Like, and he blushes because she's petite and tiny compared to him, but he also finds her attractive. So I was like, man. And so everyone else kind of has a laugh at that, but there would still be the arrival of King Cold. Not Frieza. Frieza, I do think, is completely just foobarred, taken out of this, dead. But King Cold does ultimately learn somehow of the fate of his son. I think it would be very likely he would eventually learn the fate of him. And so he heads to Earth to exact revenge. However, he's met with Trunks. Everyone senses him coming. Goku is definitely stronger here, but I don't know if he'd be enough to take on King Cold personally. Even if he maxed out the Kaioken times 20, I do not see him being. I just don't see him being strong enough, or he'd be just barely coming into that level of strength. He'd just barely be getting there. Anyway, so Trunks shows up, kills him. Everyone else finds him, says, "Wait, if somebody asks, wait, why is Goku already here? We're supposed to be waiting for him." He's like, "What? What do you mean?" Now, again, I could have easily done maybe Trunks is actually the son of Nappa or something. That would be an actual change, wouldn't it? That Trunks is the son of Nappa and Tights. Wouldn't that be something? But no, I do think he's still the son of Bulma and Vegeta. But he's like, wait, you mean, wait, and who are you? Wait, oh no. He realizes that there are shenanigans afoot. Still, he thinks it is important to help them in this timeline, regardless of what happened to his doesn't happen to them. However, he first does ask Goku to turn into a Super Saiyan. Goku's not quite sure what that means, so Trunks shows off his Super Saiyan power, and everyone there is shocked, including Vegeta, especially Vegeta and Nappa, who had longest time heard rumors and legends about this form, this beast, this legendary Saiyan of lore. And here it is, and some whiny little brat, this teenage, what? Vegeta, what am I looking at? It can't be. Whoa, how did you do that? It's and Trunks explains it as, the rage and all that, instead of Kala explaining it, the tingly back sensation. I hate it got downgraded to that. A form that was attained through great turmoil, stress, and loss, mitigated to my back itches. So I do hate that. Absolutely. And it's you can now get Super Saiyan. You can get Super Saiyan. Hey, Pan, just think about your back. Oh, man. That really is just... I digress, though. So, Trunks ultimately flies off. Goku, and he explains the androids to all of them. And so he flies off, and the training for the androids begins. Vegeta F's off after getting Bulma pregnant. Nappa is training with Piccolo and Goku and Gohan. They're trying to get Super Saiyan, but nothing is really happening. Eventually, I think Goku does hit upon it, because he does... I think he hits more on the tingly back. I hate that. But I think because Goku's got a knack for learning stuff on the fly and really memorizing techniques, I think he would get it from sensing the tingly back sensation. And saying that something feels off, and eventually obtains it, practices it a couple times. He tells Nappa and Gohan how to do it. I don't think they're able to do it right away. They probably get close at points, but they're not quite there. Meanwhile, Nappa does ask for one thing. I haven't been able to get to Super Saiyan yet. So Kakarot, so I think we should go to Shenron and get the wish that we talked about. Oh, that's right, to restore our tails. Yeah, why not? And so they wish for their tails back, and they get their tails back. And so to help with the training, and this is probably like a year before the androids show up. To help with the training, and Goku has Super Saiyan, Nappa regularly is now going into his Saiyan form, his Uzara form, which, again, I'm implying he can control here. Also helps him train in the Uzara form. And they're now duking it out, giving Goku a much more even fight, Piccolo an even fight. Gohan's even getting stronger as well. Goku says, maybe I should do it. And they say, whoa. You're already in Super Saiyan, Kakarot. There's no telling how much strain and that rage I could put on you. Even from what you told me. You were never able to control your ape form. The Super Saiyan form is a stronger variation on it anyway. I'd only say this: use it only if you absolutely have to. He even shows him how to create a false moon just in case. And Goku thinks on that. He's like, that does make sense because I mean, going ape right now, I'd have to learn how to control ape as it is, and I never was able to do that. And I've already got Super Saiyan, so yeah, you're right. Let's keep the ape as a trump card and just to be aimed at the enemy. And so all the time passes, everyone who's trained up is trained up, and it's the day that the androids arrive. And there's where we're going to leave part 2. Part 3 will be up on Saturday. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks next time.